Guys, Hasan here, just another entitled angry millennial who's angry at the world. But why am I angry? Well, that's a great question. I'm angry because no one addresses the serious problems millennials face in the workplace, and then videos like this go viral instead.
What's happening is leaders are asking the millennials, what do you want? And millennials are saying, we want to work in a place with purpose, love that. We want to make an impact, whatever that means. We want free food and beanbags.
This latest millennial suck a fat one video rant is by Sinon Sinek, an incredibly intelligent motivational speaker who started off his career at ad agencies and then quickly transitioned into the more lucrative field of speaking about things. Then, Simon started writing books about leadership, specifically corporate leadership, because while the masses always need a good inspirational speaker, that market is oversaturated, and corporate speaking gigs obviously pay better. And Simon, in a totally selfless move, perfectly decided to break down our entire generation's issues in the workplace into one neat little argument composed of 4 categories: parenting, tech, impatience, and environment, specifically corporate environment. Now, am I skeptical about this man's intentions? Absolutely. But first, let's break it down.
Failed parenting strategies, where, for example, they were told that they were special all the time.
No.
They were told that they could have anything they want in life, just because they want it.
Why not?
Some of them got into honors classes, not because they deserved it, but because their parents complained. And some of them got A's, not because they earned them, but because the teachers didn't want to deal with the parents.
What? On what planet do kids get A's or get into honors classes just because their parents are complaining? What about college? What about standardized testing? Is this something I missed out on in my childhood? Fuck! I could have just gotten into Harvard if my parents simply asked for it. It's so simple. Damn it. There's literally 0 facts in that argument. It's not even anecdotal evidence. It's just something that Simon conveniently made up.
Some kids got participation medals. You got a medal for coming in last.
Oh, the classic everyone gets a trophy argument. Yes, this one is probably my favorite. Yeah, we got a participation medal, so we automatically assume we can win at everything in life just by trying. Like, don't you hate it when you grew up winning plastic trophies and then stepped into adulthood and were like, well, I want a 5-bedroom villa overlooking the ocean for free. What? I can't have it? But have you seen all my plastic medals? I don't get it.
It devalues the medal and the reward for those who actually work hard, and it actually makes the person who comes in last feel embarrassed.
Wait, so we do understand the concept of winning and losing and feel embarrassed by losing regardless of whether we get a trophy or not. Therefore, you destroy your own argument of participation trophies, make everyone develop a sense of entitlement before you even finish your sentence. Also, let's just conveniently ignore all of the other aspects of life where competition does exist, like video games, for example. But let's move on.
We're growing up in a Facebook, Instagram world. In other words, we're good at putting filters on things. We're good at showing people that life is amazing even though I'm depressed.
At this point, Simon hammers on his second obvious observation: technology is changing our lives and affecting everyone's psyche. Now, this is obviously true. It's backed by studies, and also the popular Netflix show Black Mirror, but his reasoning takes a nosedive when he links social media back to this.
Because we know when you get it, you get a hit of dopamine, which feels good. It's why we like it, it's why we keep going back to it. Dopamine is the exact same chemical that makes us feel good when we smoke, when we drink, and when we gamble. In other words, it's highly addictive.
Yes. Dopamine is an organic chemical that activates and regulates the brain's pleasure centers. And it is true that social media, just like alcohol, tobacco, and gambling, can activate it. But so can things like sex, working out, succeeding, pretty much anything that gives you pleasure. Are we going to curb those other things as well?
We have age restrictions on smoking, gambling, and alcohol. And we have no age restrictions on social media and cell phones.
Okay, advocating for age restrictions on social media is not only impractical and counterproductive, but also ridiculous when compared to alcohol, cigarettes, or gambling. Because while those things are addictive, I will admit that, they also have an immediate consequence on your health or finances. But Simon's not done. Then he connects social media to the lack of meaningful relationships because millennials are incapable of forming them. Where is Simon getting this information? I do not know. Maybe it's in this Huffington Post article I found with 185 likes. Or maybe it's the fact that Simon is old and can't figure out that because I have 23,000 Instagram followers, that doesn't mean I automatically believe I have 23,000 friends. Look, we all know Facebook RSVPs are a joke, but that isn't because the concept of social interactions as we know it are crumbling right before our eyes, but because that's just a new layer of social interaction that we're slowly building etiquette around. But now we're getting to my favorite part: tech leading to impatience. Just so dumb.
Right? They've grown up in a world of instant gratification. You want to buy something, you go on Amazon, it arrives the next day.
Yes, I hate online shopping and convenience. Also, only millennials online shop. Most baby boomers I know have Amazon accounts, but still choose to go to Walmart.
You want to watch a movie? Log on and watch a movie. You don't check movie times. You want to watch a TV show? Binge. You don't even have to wait week to week to week.
Fuck the convenience of being able to stream movies and curate your own entertainment experience.
You want to go on a date? You don't even have to learn how to be like, hey.
Okay, Simon obviously fucks. Also, you can just tell how happy he is right here with his own rhetoric once he starts getting positive feedback from this room full of captivated millennials who obviously only have sex by swiping right on an iPhone.
Job satisfaction and strength of relationships, there ain't no app for that. They are slow, meandering, uncomfortable, messy processes.
Oh, you got us there. You got us good. Here I was sitting around thinking, God, I can stream all the episodes of Sopranos over and over again while simultaneously ordering groceries online and setting up my next sex date with a totally willing stranger that I never have to talk to. That must mean that there's got to be an app for job satisfaction and strengthening relationships. Because as a millennial, I'm simply incapable of distinguishing those things. And then
they'll never really find deep fulfillment in work or in life. They'll just waft through life.
Yup, and then he drives home what I'm assuming will be the focus of his new book, Corporate Environment's Responsibility and Their Lack of Focus on Helping Millennials Out.
I'm here to tell them it's not them. It's the corporations. It's the corporate environments. It's the total lack of good leadership in our world today that is making them feel the way they do.
It's gonna be a great book. I can't wait for your corporate tour, Simon. Look, Simon doesn't seem to consider how larger social and economic trends have left millennials holding a shittier hand than previous generations. Neither does he talk about the higher cost of education or housing or even how automation and outsourcing has eliminated many of the kind of entry-level jobs millennials would have likely taken. Simon also conveniently brushes over the fact that 40% of unemployed Americans are millennials who might as well just shove that $500,000 piece of paper we call a college degree up our collective asses. The answer was right there all along. Parenting, social media, impatience, and Simon's new book. Fuck! How could we not see it? It doesn't matter that I most likely need to save double what I save currently for retirement, which for me it's even different because I save $0 because it's impossible to live in any city with my current salary. I could just read Simon's book over and over again until I figure out my future. This is just the latest in the trend of cycle of older generations criticizing the younger ones. It's a pattern that repeats itself over and over again. It's no different. I'm sure Simon's dad probably hit him for being a sissy, and they had access to way less resources, and his dad fought in a war, and back in his day, black and whites wouldn't mix. Do you see where I'm going with this? What Simon is going after is the back in my day crowd. The crowd trying to figure out how to deal with these pesky entitled millennials. And the back in my day ideal is just a way for older generations to cope with the reality that they're closer to death than we are. This video goes viral. People are like, yeah, he's making simple points I can get on board with. You're right, Simon. Simon gets another book deal, and the cycle continues. Humans as a collective unit are constantly growing and learning. The internet is a new development and social media an even newer one. But eventually, we'll learn to deal with that. Linking an entire generation's serious financial problems to made-up family upbringing, social media addiction, and technological advancements is both vapid and also idiotic. For example, here's a generalization. Old people don't understand technology and therefore are committing suicide. Because yeah, Simon's right. Suicide rates are up. And the sharpest rate increase actually isn't for millennials, as he would suggest, but for older women and middle-aged men. Maybe because they fucked our economy and can't deal with the times changing. See what I did there? A largely speculative statement generalizing on an entire generation is stupid. But maybe Simon will creatively find a way to blame high suicide rates among older people on millennials too. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is The Breakdown.